I'm your host, Alexis Monet, and before we get started, make sure you all hit that like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Okay, everyone, so if you don't know or you haven't heard, Cardi B has released her official soundtrack for Bruised, which she worked on with Halle Berry. Now, Cardi B did reach out to a lot of female hip-hop artists and just female artists in general in order to be on the soundtrack. Now, I do want to talk about a few songs and a few features on there. Now, starting off with Cardi B's song. Cardi's song was a typical Cardi B song to me. It didn't really have anything spectacular or something that stood out like, oh my God, she put out a new song. It wasn't that. To me, it was just Cardi B just doing another song, and she previewed this song last year. So this wasn't a new song that she just came up with for the movie. This was a song that she already had in the tuck. And I think with a lot of the artists that are on this album, these are songs that already were made, and they just picked songs in order to be on the album that fit with the movie, which I understand. But I thought when you're making a soundtrack to a movie, you want to have the songs be very organic and original, and so it flows with the movie, and it's really made for the movie, not for some throwaway songs that was on somebody's album or songs that didn't make the cut or weren't used. So I do find that very interesting, and that does not take away from Cardi B giving the girls a look, helping out other girls. The City Girls were on the album. The City Girls were city girling. Okay, you know, they do the same thing every time. So I wasn't expecting much. Now, Her also made it onto the album. Her is a popular R&B singer, and the song was good, just wasn't, what I was expecting. Young M.A made the album, which she did a very good job. I really liked her song, but her song was on her previous album that came out in 2019. So there's the tea. Erica Banks did a really good job. She is the flow queen. She was switching it up. I just want her to get better tracks, better styles, and you know what I'm saying, a better look. When it came to Dreamed Out did a good job. She didn't sound like Lil' Kim on this track, which I was very surprised. Dreamed Out actually surprised me, and I was like, okay, Dreamed Out, I see you. Maybe I need to start giving you a chance and tuning into you a little bit more. But Dreamed Out was definitely given what it needs to be gave, and I really appreciate that. She has been grinding for a long time, so shout out to Dreamed Out. Now, when it comes to Saweetie, Saweetie's a pretty face. We all know what Saweetie is giving when she gets on the track, so it is what it is. Saweetie was Saweetie-ing, okay? She was being a sweet girl. She has a good tone. It's just Saweetie just, I don't know. It's just something about her and her rap. She needs a better writer or something. Just stick to the endorsements. Now, moving on to Mulatto, or Big Latto, should I say. Big Latto caused a lot of controversy with her being on this soundtrack. Now, I will say Mulatto's, I keep calling her Mulatto. Big Latto's song wasn't spectacular. It wasn't something to, be like, oh my God, she killed that. The bars. No, it wasn't that at all. Mulatto, she gives me very ABC, and her tone sometimes is aggy. But Mulatto was going back and forth with a lot of barbs on Twitter because they were like, hey, for you to be one of Nicki Minaj feature, you sure been kissing Cardi's boots. And Mulatto was like, hey man, Cardi shares my stuff. She shares my album. She shares my songs when I put them out. She shares me. She promotes me, and I do the same for her. So what's wrong with that? Which I do understand, but you doing all this pump faking for Nicki Minaj, and you asking Nicki Minaj for a feature, and then you arguing with barbs online. Like, you can say what you want, but when you get the trolling the barbs and talking about you Latto, Minaj, and all this other stuff with the Chinese bang in the wig, it looks a little weird. And if you're trying to appeal to both fan bases and you're saying you're neutral and you can like both, which you can, okay, and you start doing things like that, it throws people off. And it's like, girl, what are you really doing? What is all of this energy for? You should be putting that energy behind your work, child. Now, moving on to Nicki Minaj. What I don't like about this entire soundtrack and just it coming out in general, people keep saying, well, Nicki Minaj didn't put the girls together. Nicki Minaj didn't do this. Nicki Minaj would never. Nicki Minaj has been in the game for 10 years. And I think a lot of people fail to realize that Nicki Minaj has put in her work. She doesn't have to do anything for anybody. She doesn't have to put anybody on. Who put her on? Okay? Can we do that? Who put her on? She put herself on with her talent and her work and her looks and her originality. So I really find it interesting, and I find it very frustrating when people try to always incorporate and add Nicki into something that has nothing to do with her. And that keeps the beef ongoing. Now, Cardi B did like a tweet, and a lot of people think it was shading Nicki, but again, she could be talking about anything else or talking about something not in relevance to Nicki Minaj. But you let me know what you all think down below. Thank you again for joining me for another video, and until next time, bye.